In this demo, I'm going to be looking at the referencing for your computer architecture assignment, and this can be used for all other assignments as well. So if we are in the first tutorial, what we had a look at was going into my OneDrive account. Again, to get to the OneDrive account, I went to the Rosebank College website. I clicked on current students, and then it opened up this Rosebank College intranet, right? Student intranet. And from the intranet, I can then navigate to all of the different apps or utilities or guides that is required here as well. So to get downloaded it from student material on the left-hand side, I'm going to be looking at the IIE library, which we can get our referencing guide from. And then we are currently working on Learn. That's where you are going to submit your ICE and your assignments. Microsoft OneDrive. So if I look at my OneDrive account now, if I click on My Files on the left-hand side, I can see that I've created a computer architecture folder. In that computer architecture folder, I've got my assignments, and I've got some PowerPoint slides, and then also answer documents that I've created for assignment 1, assignment 2, and my summative assessment that I did in demo 1. Now, if I click on my assignment 1 document to open up my assignment document, because I want to insert references, highlight the heading and just go Control B to make things bold. But then for formatting, etc., I would need to use the advanced formatting options that's available. Now, not all of the features are available on Word Online. So this use this because if I look for references here, it just tells me about inserting the table of contents. Okay, they've got Mendeley Cite that I can use. There's an online referencing tool. But I was looking for the one that is built into Word. So I'm going to close the document to download it. Where's my answer document? I'm going to highlight it, and if I click open in browser, open in app. Now it's opening it in the Word app. Previously, it opened it in the browser. Now it's opening it in the Word app. Whilst this is opening, I'm going to go to the library website. So from the Rosebank College website, I click on current students again, and then it brings me to this student intranet. From the intranet, I'm going to go to IIE library. And from the library, I'm then going to click on the referencing guide, referencing and plagiarism. For referencing and plagiarism, let me just click on it so you can see what it looks like. So I go to IIE library. Okay, we'll come back to that screen just now. But I'm looking for the IIE reference guide. So I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to open up the reference guide. Now, this reference guide tells me exactly how to reference an author, a book with one or more authors, a journal article, YouTube videos, a website, What else might we use? Basically, any source of information that you can think of, they've got a reference here. They've even got ChatGPT and artificial intelligence, right? But we are not using it as valid sources of information for our assignments. We said that you're going to use just for your information purposes. So the first one that we're going to start with is the textbook. The textbook has got 3 or more authors, I think. Let's just have a look at our textbook. If we look at the OneDrive and the module outline document, so it's Jean Andrews, Shelton, and Pierce. So there's 3 authors here. There's your prescribed textbook here. At this stage, we should have found the I referencing guide and we should have opened up the referencing guide. So you'll find it on the library website, IRE reference guide. It's a PDF document that you can open up and this is what it looks like. So we're now looking at 3 authors. So you'll see now that there's 2 places we use the reference, in text and then the reference list at the end of the document. In text is when you're referring to the information, and reference list is if I want to find that document maybe on the library at the library or some online source, then this is where I would go and have a look. Okay. So the referencing style that the college uses is called the Harvard referencing style, the IRE Harvard referencing style. So I'm waiting for this to open. Okay, let's see. All right, so it's opened up now my assignment 1 document in the outline that I've created in Word, the app now, and you can see the autosave features on there. The first thing I can do is I can start formatting the document. So I'm going to highlight question 1, and then I'm going to go to the styles here, and I'm going to change this to heading 1, question 2, I'm going to change to heading 1 as well on the top there. And question 3, I'm going to click on heading 1 and I'm going to make it heading 1 style. So I highlighted the heading and then I clicked on the style. Now I'm going to insert a table of contents. So I can go to references here and I can say table of contents and I can say I need an automatic table of contents. Number 2, I'll choose the second one. And it inserts a table of contents. Now it's according to what you have typed in here. So this is question 2. Okay, this one I can just right click and I can say update as soon as I make changes, and then it will say update the page numbers or the entire table. And I'll say okay. So here it's going to be update field, entire table, and then it corrects that there. So that's the process of inserting a table of contents. Table of contents is generally on its own page. So I'm going to say insert blank page. Okay. Now I can delete table of contents and question 1 starting on the next page. I don't have page numbers. Okay, so I'm going to insert page numbers. So page number with an accent bar. So that's what it looks like. Then I'm going to outside of it. So now it's inserting the page numbers. Okay. So then the table of contents will make more sense later on as the document grows. Okay. Then I'm going to click again and I'm going to say insert, and I want to put in a cover page. I'm going to choose a very simple cover page. And this is my COR 5111 assignment 1. It's put in my name, and then I can put in other details that might be necessary. Here it's got a year, so that's 2024. And then I can put in my student number. I can put in my group HCS. So whatever other information is required on the cover page, I can put in that information here. Now my assignment is taking shape. I've got an assignment cover sheet that has my name with all of my identifying information. It's got a table of contents, and then it's got my individual questions. Now the document is formatted. I've also added page numbers at the bottom here. Remember, as your document grows, let's say, for example, I'm going to insert a page break here. I'm starting each question on a new page, so I'm going to insert a page break here as well. And then I'm going to go back to the table of contents. I simply right click on it and I say update field, entire table. Okay. You'll see it's updated my page numbers here to tell me question 1 is on page 2, question 2 is on page 3, question 3 is on page 4. Okay. Now, other tools to use, I know that this is in my textbook. So I go back into my OneDrive account and go and open up my textbook and also my so in my OneDrive folder, I'm looking for, just going to, there's my textbook here. So I want to add the references that I'm going to be using for this assignment. So there's my textbook details here. Now, how do I add these references in the Word document? I go to the reference tab on the top here, and here now you can see it's got additional options that the online version or the browser version of Word did not have. So the options that you have here, for example, is Manage Sources. So if I click on Manage Sources, it then allows me to insert the reference sources. Sources is from where did I get the information from. So the first is, before I continue here, the referencing should be Harvard, right? So I can see if I scroll down here, I can see there's the Harvard referencing style. So I'm going to go to Manage Sources and I'm going to click New and I'm going to add in my textbook. So there's different authors here. And before I do that, look at the IIE referencing guide. It says, with a book of 3 or more authors, how do I reference it? So in the reference list, it's the surname, comma, initial, surname, comma, initial, surname, comma, initial, and I continue, right? Then it's the year, it's the title of the book, okay? It's the publisher of the book and where it was published, all right? So that's all the information that I need to include under the reference list. Okay, so that's what I'm interested in here, in what information to include in the reference list. I go back now to my Word document, and I can see that I need to put in the surname and initials of the authors. So I go back and I look for the initials and surnames of the authors, and I'll find that under my module outline document. So there's my textbook. Okay, so Andrews J, it will be Shelton Joy Dark, right? JD, and Nicholas Pierce. So it will be Pierce N for Nicholas, all right? So it will be surname and initial. So I'm going to go into my Word document. Let's just make this there and this one here. Oh, it doesn't allow me to minimize. Okay. Now this we're only going to do once. So although it's time consuming, you only do this once, and thereafter you'll see how we can use it multiple times in our answers. And PSN. The title of the book, CompTIA A+ Guide. The year is 2022. City. It doesn't tell me 11th edition. Publisher we know is Cengage. So I can find more information on the textbook itself. Let me look at the textbook. 11th edition. Okay, so on this page here, I can see on the information that I require. So the year of publication, copyright 2023, and then here it that's in Cengage is in Boston, USA. Okay, so once I've done that now, and I close, it will allow me to start adding these reference sources. Now, under tools to use, I go and read my textbook, and I find in my textbook, I can see in module 1, they speak about protecting yourself and the equipment, planning and organizing your work. So I'm going to look at module 1. Okay, so tools used by the computer technician is covered on page 7 here, right? And I can see that here's a list of the essential tools that are used. ESD strap, flathead screwdriver, Phillips head, Torx screwdriver, tweezers, right? So I can say, according to this author, the following are a list of essential tools used by an IT technician. So I go into my document now, tools to use. Under this, I can say, according to, and then I'm going to say, under references, insert citation, and then under insert citation, it tells me Andrews, J, etc. So according to Andrews et al., now the formatting is incorrect here, so I'm going to change the formatting. You can see it adds the page number. Page number is if you are taking a direct quote or you are quoting factual information, then you put a page number. So this was taken from page 7, right? So it will say Andrews et al. 2022, page 7, right? The tools. So this brackets here needs to be moved because edit citation. I can suppress author year 22. No, I want to take out this bracket, so the formatting. Okay, I'll worry about the formatting later. According to Andrews et al. 2022, page 7, the tools used by a computer technician are the following. And then I will start typing in Phillips screwdriver, Torx screwdriver, what else did they say? Flathead screwdriver, ESD strap, flathead, and then you will continue. In the same way, safety concerns, environmental concerns, right? You will say from where did you get the information, and you don't have to use according to all of the time. You will see that there are different phrases that you can use to introduce the sources of information. So now that I've used the textbook, I want to go and have a look at where to put the reference list. The reference list is going to be put at my end of the document. So I scroll to the end of the document. I say insert page break. So I'm on the last page now, and then I go to references and I say bibliography, and then references, and I click on references. Automatically, it inserts the reference in the correct format. Can you see? Right? So the process again about entering the references into your work is as follows. Firstly, I need to capture the source of the information. Now, we also watched a YouTube video, and that was about, what was that YouTube video about? How do computers work? So if I go to YouTube, and if I type in how do computers work, okay, I think this is the video that we watched. Yeah.
Throughout this video, we're going to do a desktop computer dissection using 3D animation, kind of like a dissection lab in biology class.
Okay, so we watched this video from YouTube and we found some information from here. Now I want to reference this video. How do I reference this? I will go to the referencing guide. I will go back and look for where do they speak about YouTube. So there's YouTube commercials, YouTube videos, right? If I'm going to use a YouTube video, I need to say what is the video called? 3 Minutes Philosophy by Immanuel Kant, 2009. It's a YouTube video. It was added by this college and it's available here, and what date was it accessed. So I need to include all of this information in the reference list. So I go into my Word document and I need to capture the source now. So I go to the References tab and I click on Manage Sources and I'll say New. Now I'll click on the drop down and I'll scroll. I'm looking for YouTube video. They don't have YouTube video. The closest I can see to YouTube video would be a website or a document from the website. So I'm going to click on website. Now, what is the name of this web page? How do computers work? And it's by branch education. All right. So I need to find out all of the details. So I'll click on more here. It tells me this was released on the 22nd of March, 2023. Okay. And then when did I view it? I can type in today's date. But I'm just looking at what information is available here. They've got a transcript. They've got all the info that I need. So I'm going to go back now and look at what information do I need to type to my reference list. The author was, it's a author, so it's not a person, it's a company, and it was Branch Education. What year was it? It was 2023. When did I access it? In 2024. Month. We are currently in February. So second month. Day accessed, 27th. And what is the URL? So then I can go and copy the URL from here. And I can put it in like this. Right? It's added now a YouTube video. Here, I can edit and I can change from website and I can say this is maybe miscellaneous. And then it will allow me to add in all fields. So anything that is not added, I'm just going to use it as a website. Cancel. Do you want to update both this with these changes? Cancel. Okay. And then close. Now, how did they say we reference it? If I the referencing guide, it is YouTube. Asserts that an objective moral reality is right exactly the same. Now you'll see this was auto saved. So I'm going to close it to go back to my OneDrive. It should be updated on my OneDrive account. Yeah. So how to get this document again? I go to the library website, right? There's the library website. If I scroll down on referencing and plagiarism, once I click on referencing and plagiarism, it brings me to this page. I reference and how to navigate this reference guide. I go to the contents and I look for, is it a book? How many authors? What type of source is it? And then I look at what type of information is required. So we were just working on a YouTube video now. So there's YouTube commercial and then websites and then blog articles, YouTube type videos. So for a YouTube video, it says I must reference it like this here, right? And then we've shown you how to use Microsoft Word to do that. Now, if I go back to my OneDrive, okay, let's just open my OneDrive again. So if I go back to my OneDrive, I can see there's my assignment one document. If I click on it to open it up, by default, it opens it up in the browser. Remember, if I highlight it, it allowed me to open it up in the app. So if I open it up in the browser, you can see now I've got a cover page, I've got a table of contents, I've got page numbers, and then you can see that at the end of the document, I've got a reference list that's been. You need to do the minimum of your what? Textbook reference these YouTube, right? So if I go to learn and if I click on a website, exactly the same way I captured now the YouTube video, I will also capture a website and reference it in the same way. Okay.